Through a month and a half on this new season with the Pittsburgh Force, we have only won 7 games and lost 13. We are 6 games below 500, and we are in the bottom 4 of the Eastern Conference, while the Neptunes, who we're trying to take down at some point in this new chapter, they are 1 game back from Toronto towards the top of the conference. So we are 4-6 in our last 10, 3-7 at home. That's got to improve if we're going to have a chance to even be a play-in tournament team this season. We've only played 20 games, so it's still early goings in the season, but we've got 3 guys playing very, very well, including Wilson Towns, Jimmy Thomas, and Azar Thompson. But guys like Murray Bailey, Homer Castro, Melvin Harrison, even Jonathan Campbell aren't really shooting very well, especially off the bench. And that's been pretty much the reason why we haven't won as many games. But our lineups also haven't really helped, and neither has the rebounding. We've allowed so many offensive rebounds already this season that it's become a game-by-game problem. And I think I have a part solution to at least partly fix that problem. But last episode, I did end up bringing in Wendell Moore and Trey Jones off of the reserves to replace Jose Ramirez and Harrison, who were both shooting pretty poorly. But that hasn't really changed things, and Trey Jones is only shooting 30% from the field, Wendell Moore at 36%. I think I'm just going to bring back Harrison and Ramirez to kind of get us back to where that lineup was before, but I have some other changes in mind too. I have made some slight adjustments to our lineups because last episode, towards the end, I kind of figured that it makes no sense to have stints in any game where we have all 3 of our top scorers off of the court. So whenever Wilson Towns comes out of the game, outside of the first and fourth quarters and the start of the third quarter, Thomas will be coming in, and Thompson will also come in for most of those minutes too. So if Wilson Towns is not on the court, we will at least have Jimmy Thomas and or Thompson out there as well, so that we have at least one of our top scorers on the court at any one time. I also noticed that in terms of our sim points of emphasis, our defensive rebounding is currently on some crash, others run. I'm going to change this to crash defensive glass because, again, offensive rebounds have been a huge concern for us. I'll keep offensive boards where they're at for now, but for the offensive focus, I mean, kind of the point of the perimeter-centric system is that you go to a lot of pick and roll. So I'm going to change this to a pick and roll offense to hopefully get these bigs more involved and hopefully get them up to speed in terms of the paint scoring, because that has also been kind of a concern for us for most of the season. Got a close game here against the Mavericks, who have been about as bad as we have been so far this year. 95-93 on the road in Dallas. Let's watch the rest of this one. We split our 2 games prior to this one, so we are still 6 games below 500, as Wilson Towns ties things up at 95. Under 6 to play. This is a pretty big game right here. You gotta get the win against Thompson's former team. Screen comes up. Haywood has some room to let it fly. The 3 is off, though, and Thompson pulls down the rebound. We're wearing the home whites here on the road because I guess Dallas wanted to wear their away blues or their city uniforms. Not entirely sure if these are the regular ones or not for the Mavericks, but either way, we're wearing white today. Quick shot for Pearson, and it just toilet bowls out. I could have put Dallas back in front. Thomas freed up off the screen. His 3 rattles out as well. They feed it down low to Kelly. Mismatched on Towns, and Dallas back on top. Towns whips it down low. Thompson over Pearson. Got it to go. Off the screen. Pull-up jump shot. Rimming out for Haywood once again. A chance here to put us in the lead for the first time since we've jumped in. Bailey leaves it for Thompson. He's got a clean look, but he misses the 3. He's been good on those compared to his last couple of seasons, but still not, efficient enough to where you can really trust him on those open looks. And Bailey coughs it up, and Dallas is not going to lead just yet. He responds with a rejection out of bounds to prevent Dallas from jumping back in front. This is Max Christie, top of the key. All these threes rimming out right now for both teams. There's a mismatch down low. Get it to the rookie. Homer Castro, go to work, big fella. He left it short. Jordan Walsh penetrates, but lost his dribble. Shot clock under 5. Haywood up and over Towns. He has yet to hit a shot here in the fourth quarter, maybe. Towns, pull up 3. Good off the back iron, and Pittsburgh takes a 3-point lead with just under 2.5 to play. Off the screen, another 3. Haywood unable to respond. He is cold from the court now. From the field, really, not the court. Towns tries again. That one's off. Behind the arc, quick 3. Walsh unable to knock it through. Some pretty poor shot selection by both teams, honestly, and the crowd's not happy with it. Thomas to Castro. He's missed all 3 of his shots so far since we've jumped in. And 2 of them have been on mismatches. Pearson misses it, but got it back. Another costly offensive rebound allowed by our bigs. Jonathan Pearson with 16 points. The back end gives him 17. 1-point game. 90 seconds left. It's left for Jimmy Thomas. He pulls the trigger. No good from downtown. Dallas has a chance to get themselves back in the lead. Pearson scoops it up and in. Only hit like 3 shots since jumping in. Thomas, a 3 again. Offline. Somebody's got to step up here, man. Dallas is like 5 and 15. Walsh with possibly the dagger. 4-point game. We've had a lot of these close games. Early on in the season, Murray Bailey, that was not a smart shot. Our shot selection has been so poor down the stretch of some of these fourth quarters. And now, if these free throws are good from Haywood, then the game's pretty much all said and done. But he misses the front end. We got to go really fast. He misses both of them. You got to go fast if you want a chance to win. Towns with it. Back to Bailey. He attacks Pearson, leaves it for Castro. He finally scores. 2-point game. Just got to get 1 missed free throw. You have a chance to force overtime. It's going to be Max Christie taking the free throws. This team, as I said earlier, is like 10 games below 500, and they're about to beat us. The free throws are perfect, and we have no timeouts left. All right. Castro's going to inbound it to Wilson Towns. Thomas off the window, too strong. And this game is over now. Dallas takes it 105 to 109. Got to figure out these fourth quarter finishes, man. We're still not close to where I want this team to be, and this is a really bad loss to take for a team that is, you know, on paper supposed to be better than they actually are. 22 for Damian Warwick off the bench for Dallas, and 21 and 11 for Preston Woods. We once again fail to have a single player score in the 20s. This is becoming all too common. The downward spiral is kind of continuing for our 3rd overall pick, Homer Castro. 2 for 11 here in this game, and Melvin Harrison 0 for 5. We just got a huge win against a really good Memphis Grizzlies team. Wilson Towns 20 and 11 for, I believe, a season/career high in assists in one game. 17 off the bench for Ramirez. That was a big boost to us in this game. Castro, 4 for 10, but he did have a double-double. You're still seeing some of the similar things trickle into this game, but luckily, Carlos and Tatum's big games were not enough. Despite Tatum going 9, well, not despite, he went 9 for 23, and that was partly why they lost the game. He just didn't shoot very well. It's a pretty big win. We've won 2 out of our last 3 and 3 out of our last 5. Are things looking up at least a little bit for Pittsburgh? I'm just asking for a little bit of hope here. Now we got a pretty huge matchup against the conference-leading Toronto Raptors. And we just put up a pretty huge third quarter to take a massive lead all of a sudden. Toronto running out of time to climb back in this game. They are, making things kind of sweaty, though, towards the end of it. But we are going to come out on top with one of our best offensive games all year long. 136 to 121. 22 for Grady Dick, 21 and 11 for Giannis. But wow, we got huge days for all 3 of our stars. 28 for Towns, Thomas, and Thompson. You don't see that very often. I'm not going to expect more of that, but 9 assists for Harold Castro. If we can get anywhere close to this level of production game by game, that would change the course of this season. And now we go into a game against Atlanta, and we have completely blown this game in the fourth quarter, getting outscored by over 10 points, and we lose by 12. It was a 1-point game going in, and we just did not show up. In this game, 22, 9, and 5 for Thompson, but he had 7 turnovers in this game. Thomas had 4. We had 20 as a team. You can't really win with that many turnovers, even if you force 17 from the opposition. That's another brutal loss. We split our next 2 games against the Knicks and the Kings on back-to-back days. And we are still sitting at 6 games below 500 halfway through December. Close game here against the Pelicans. 7.5 to play. We trail by 3, but have outscored them by 4 so far here in the fourth quarter and 8 in the second half. Can we close this game out and get one step closer to 500? Let's find out. We got the ball, trailing 104 to 101. What was that lob attempt? For our shooting guard? Well, I don't like that pass at all. But they score on the other end. Defense do offense for Jeremy Sohan. We saw a close game against the Pelicans, I think, last episode, and they came out on top on that one as well. So, another one of these kinds of close games. Can we step up here in the fourth quarter for once and get our 12th win of the season? Towns the triple. It's on the money. Screen comes up from Sohan. Woolridge downhill, up and over Towns. Too much off the window. Castro, why is he shooting that? Woolridge, the step back 3. That one is drilled. He's got 21, 10 here in the fourth. Towns trying to take Woolridge off the dribble. It's left for Murray Bailey. The open 3 is off the mark. Anderson lost it, but got it back. This is Law with it. Now Woolridge, contested 3. Better defense that time. Hardy the triple. Back iron only. Taking a lot of quick shots on these possessions, and it's not really creating a whole lot of good looks. Castro with the rejection after the initial offensive rebound. Ramirez out of a shot, sails the pass out of bounds. We look so out of whack on offense. It's actually insane. Thompson and Jimmy Thomas check back in the game for the rest of the fourth quarter, and that was horrible pick and roll defense. Castro just stayed up there, and there was nobody left inside the paints. Pelicans holding on to a 7-point lead. Towns back to Thomas, pick and pop. You gotta hit it, and he does. Wall back to Woolridge, and he responds again. Bailey with it. Shot clock under 5. He pulls up. Contested shot. No, and Castro can't grab the tip rebounds. Another screen. Back to Law. Castro's there this time. And it's stolen by Towns. One right at Woolridge, and now back to Thomas. Back to Towns. Top of the key. The 3 is offline. Time counting down for the Pelicans. Lawal has to create. That one's tipped. And the rebound goes right to the guy who got it. Wilson Towns. Can we get points on the board here? It's been the biggest question here in the fourth quarter in some of these games. Mismatch against Woolridge, and Castro beefs the layup. He's really got to work on his paint scoring, man, because this cannot stand. I'm considering starting Campbell, but he's also shot horribly this season. Thompson with the huge 3 on the other end. The door is still open. This can't allow any more points the rest of the way, pretty much, if you want to win with how slow the offense is coming together here. There are 90 seconds left to go. Lawal spins, and Thomas just got completely turned around. And just like in our last game, Lawal is having a monster offensive performance. He had over 40 points in the last game, and now he's got over 30. Up and over Green. That one's deflected. And now they're fouled on the other end. This game's over. Another close fourth quarter that we failed to put a win together in. 25 for Woolridge. He knocks down the free throws to give himself 26. And another L for Pittsburgh. We allow over 25 points from their star guard duo. We got 27 from Thompson and 18 off the bench from Jonathan Campbell. But nobody else really stepped up in this game despite 5 steals from Wilson Towns. That's pretty damn good. But we only shot 44%. We allowed them to shoot 52%. We took 53s. Jesus Christ. At least we shot the ball well from downtown. We forced 17 TOs, and we could not win the game. That is unfortunate. And we got a really tough game here at home against the Sonics, who are 18-11. The exact opposite of our record. Then we got another game against the Grizzlies and the Hornets, who are worse than we are, apparently. We're going to get Keon Malone back right after this Pelicans game, actually. Will this help turn things around? I really hope so. I think I want to keep Bailey as the starter, but I'm definitely going to lower his minutes by a little bit, and we'll obviously take out Marvin Bagley from our lineup. We played better over the last 3 weeks compared to the start of the season, but it still has not been exactly what we're looking for, obviously. So we'll give all these minutes back to Keon Malone. We'll come off the bench as he makes his way back into our lineup. But I'm also going to take a few minutes away from Murray Bailey, probably here to end the first quarter and a little bit into the second. And I'll obviously play a few more minutes in the fourth quarter as well. And he'll play about 22. We'll give Bailey 26 because he is kind of tired right now. We had a really strong first quarter against the Sonics, and now in the third quarter, we got outscored by 23 points to completely blow the lead. We're fighting back here in the fourth in a very close game. We lead by 4. We've got to hold on to win. We are outscoring them by a boatload here in the last quarter of this game. Let's jump in for the rest of it. So 4 to play. Starters out there for the rest of this game, so no chance to see Keon Malone in his return. But it's partly helped us out, but that's not going to help us at all. Foul by Murray Bailey, and Frank Perry is going to make it a 1-point game. Downs. Back out to Thomas. Great pass. Wide open. Look, he drills it. We have made 14 more threes than them. What? I've never seen that before. Here we go. Chuck early on the pick and pop. Throws it up over Castro. Shot's no good. Can the big fella play better here down the stretch? Just don't put the ball in his hands. Put it in the hands of either Towns, Thompson, or Thompson, the big 3 T's. Uh-oh, well, Castro has an open mid-range jumper. That one's no good, but Bailey flips up the putback. That's a huge play. That is really poor shot selection, but Delano Collins pulls down the rebound, and another one. 2 offensive boards on the same play. Castro's calling for it. Left-handed shot, no good, but Thompson comes swooping in. He misses the putback, and McDaniels pulls it down. Hayes baseline blocked by Bailey. They get it back, but luckily, the second chance points don't drop in for Chuck Early. Bailey trying to go after Collins. That one is denied. We're just making this as difficult as possible, but so is the Sonics defense. Screen comes up. Early back to Collins. We are really bad at pick and roll defense. Let's just not force anything stupid here. Let's get a good look. Towns. That's a great drive. I can't be mad at that attempt. That is a good take. But now the Sonics have a chance to tie or take the lead. Just over a minute to play. To Early. Got it inside the paint. We're tied at 104. He's got 35. Good Lord. Thomas for 3. No good, but he was fouled on the shot. 3 free throws. Can Thomas knock them down? He's only got 10 points here in the game. 2 for 7 from the fields. He has not been involved, hardly at all. But a big foul against Frank Perry. And Thomas goes 3 for 3. Thank you, Lord. Just no threes allowed. And no easy buckets. But we give it right to him. Thompson gets the feed down low. McDaniels guarding. Up in the air. Thompson waited too long to go up after the pump fake. That's what happened. 14 seconds between the shot and game clock. Hayes rejected by Bailey. He saves it, and Thomas gets to it. What a play by Murray Bailey. And we're in the bonus for the rest of this game, but it's Wilson Towns at the line for 2. He hits the first one. Please. I don't want to watch another fourth quarter collapse. The back end rattles out. 2-point game. 1 second between the shot and game clock. They can pretty much have the final shot. Early. Guarded closely by Thomas. Collins. Too much off the glass. Castro with the stop. And the free throws from Towns can put this one away, but he misses the first. The Sonics have 2 timeouts. Please hit this. He splits them again. It's not over. It all comes down to this. 6.4 on the clock. McDaniels inbounds to Mayo. He finds Hayes for 3. We might be going to overtime. No! No! Unless we hit another game winner, just like on opening night. 2.4 on the clock. Inbound to Castro. Why is he the guy? We're going to a 5th period. Come on, man. I just do not have a good feeling about this, guys. Despite it being on our home court, we have like a D- home court advantage. And we let them right back in this game. We had a chance to pull away. We had a chance to win this game, and we blew it on defense. And that almost put them in front. Little pick and roll. Towns bounces it back to Castro. Pittsburgh in the lead. They've taken 12 more shots than we have. They've made 14 more shots than us, but I guess those threes that we've taken have made a massive difference in this game, despite us not shooting very well at all. Collins over Castro. Too much on it. Castro finally got the rebound to go right to him. Pass out to Keon Malone, who's starting the fourth quarter, and he misses the quick three. Off the dribble. Early kicks it back out. The three from Mayo is good. What a shot. Malone downhill. Spin move and fouled by Hayes. That's his fourth. Gotta hit the free throws. The free throws by Wilson Towns cost us. That was part of why we're here in overtime. Malone, 2 for 2. Pick and roll. Back to Collins from the elbow. Good. Waiting for a good look. Pretty good defense by Seattle here. Malone up and over Hayes. Not easy shot. Not an easy shot, and it's out. Mismatch between Collins and Towns somehow, and that's too easy, man. We don't take advantage of those mismatches, but the other teams do, and now we're losing by 3. Half of OT left. Back to Castro. He left the layup short. It is killing me seeing our third round, or our third overall rookie, just be so terrible in paint scoring when that was supposed to be like one of the better parts of his offensive game. And now we're down by 6 off the Collins triple. We're running out of time here at home. Thompson back to Castro, out to Towns. Lead cut in half. Back to Collins. He just keeps on scoring. Every pick and roll that has been ran against us so far in this episode has pretty much worked. Like 95% of the time, the pick and roll is creating open looks. Deep three for Wilson Towns. No good. It's left for Hayes. He left it short, and Thomas pulls down the rebounds. 5-point game. You cannot let all these offensive chances go to waste. You got a mismatch down low for Castro. Backing down Chuck early. He fades away and hits the shots. That is a really ill-advised shot from early. We still have a chance here, down by 3. 30 seconds between the shot and game clocks as of right now. McDaniel's playing some really good defense here on Wilson Towns. He's got to pass out of this. Thompson with it now. Screen coming up from Castro. Really good, just great defense by Seattle. Castro gets the rebound, and he's going to have some free throws. That's the 5th on Hayes. That's a pretty costly one as well. But we missed the first one. We still got to get a stop and a bucket to win this game, and Castro misses both. The free throws have cost us dearly in this game. Now we're called for a reach and foul. 1 foul away from putting them back in the bonus. You don't have to foul. We're not going to. Early misses the game-sealing shot. Got to hit a 3 to tie the game. All right, 16.4 on the clock. It's got to be a 3. Could not be anything less. Instead, we go to an alley-oop. Why are we showing off with 11 seconds left in overtime? Now we have to foul and hope they miss and then drop another 3-point play. I just don't understand the idea behind that. Wait, how is it our ball? What? Did they turn the ball over? I'm so confused. Can we win this game? It's a 1-point game. 3 seconds left. Thompson for the win. It rims out. Heartbreak in Pittsburgh for like the 10th time this season. I'm gonna be sick to my stomach. 7 guys in double figures held Castro 3 assists shy of a triple-double somehow. We outscored them by 13 points there in the fourth quarter. We just dropped 40 in a single quarter, and we still lost the game. Free throws are the death of this team, it seems. 68%. Look at the difference. We took 41. They took 10. We took 56 threes. How are we taking that many in a single game? That is insane. That's more than half our shots. What is going on here? I'm just going to sim these next 4 games. I don't want to watch any more fourth quarter heartbreak. We lose by 2 against the Grizzlies. We blow out Charlotte. Lose by 21 against the Bucks. We have been blown out in back-to-back games, including one against the team that we're about to face on national television. This is not what you want to see. We're now 12-22, and we're losing fan interest, which means we're losing money. Meanwhile, the Neptunes keep on winning. They are now a game ahead of the Nets for first place in the Eastern Conference. We are 13th, and there are 5 games between us and the Celtics, who are at 500 in the spot just above us. I think we know where this year is going, everybody. The defense apparently is getting better as the season goes on. We're down to 116.6 points allowed per game, but the offense has also taken a step back these last couple of weeks. Even despite the multiple losses, somehow Castro and Campbell both have shot better over the last couple of weeks. Murray Bailey, though, is now below 40%. Keon Malone is greatly improving his numbers. He's only played, I think, 5 since he came back. I might put him back into our starting 5, but Melvin Harrison off the bench is just not the guy that I thought he was. 36% from the field. 38 from behind the arc. How are you shooting worse inside the arc than you are outside the arc? How? I don't understand. That is just really, really bad. The bench seems to be improving a little bit, but we're not getting more wins as a result. We're going to bring Keon Malone back into our starting 5, but I am considering also starting Campbell here soon if Castro does not play better. In fact, one thing I do want to do, I've been meaning to do all episode long actually, is adjust the tendency for touches for Thomas. It's currently only at 66. No way it's that low. He needs the ball a lot more. I'm going to lower it for Castro. I'm going to increase it for Jimmy Thomas. Because frankly put, Thomas is one of our best shooters, our best scorers, one of our best players on this team. He's our second highest scorer, just behind Thompson. He needs the ball a lot more. In fact, he needs it arguably more. So 90 touch tendency for Jimmy Thomas. And then for Castro, I'm going to lower this to like 55 right now. This right here is going to be a huge game. National television at home. This team just beat us 115-92. And they have dropped to 3rd in the Eastern Conference. We are 13th right now in the conference. We're going to sim the first half and watch the second half unless we're getting absolutely murdered, which is possible. Here we go. Homer Castro loses the tip to Peter Wall, the new center here in Toronto. This is a home game. We're going to simcast the first quarter/first half, and we'll see how the game unfolds from there. Toronto gets out to an early lead, leading 30-22. And the second, we are trying to climb back in, but they hold on to their lead. 11-point game. Let's watch the rest of it. Apparently, it's the start of January, I guess. Happy New Year here in Pittsburgh. Grady Dick's shot is no good. Toronto up 60-49. The offense has not played well in this game so far. And neither has our defense, evidenced by how many points we've already allowed. Can we get some rhythm going here on this end of the court? pull-up three, no good from Wilson Towns. Screen comes up from Wall. Barnes feeds it back to him, but he misses the dunk. Malone got there just in time to jar it loose. Thomas for three. No good. Lonzo just easily switched from Towns to Thomas there, and that was a contested shot. And we steal it back. Malone with some good hands. And we turn this into points. Thomas pulls up and just misses the three, top of the key. From downtown, Scotty Barnes with the triple. And we turn the ball over on our next play with the bad screen. Barnes calling for it in the low post. Backing down Thompson. Spinning. And he got him up in the air. Left it short, but he got it back. It's every day with these offensive rebounds, and now Barnes gets to the rim after a failed field attempt. Towns steps into a shot. The mid-ranger is up and good for our first points of the second half. Collins finds some room, and the three drops in. They've made 6 more than us. And this might be their biggest lead of the entire game at 17. A screen from Keon Malone. He gets the pass back and has a wide open jam. They have outscored us 11-4 to start the second half. Screen from Collins. Lonzo can't knock down the trifecta. Up to Wilson Towns. In transition, the pull-up's in there. Grady Dick penetrates, shakes off Thomas, and lays it in for 2 like it's nobody's business. In 2 games against us already this season, he has averaged over 22 and 8. Okay. Open 3, Wilson Towns off the mark. If we're going to miss these open shots against good teams like this, it's going to be a lot harder to win these games because we don't really get too many open looks in the first place. Dick gets the feed inside again, but this time off the mark, a foot away. Astro steps into a jump shot. No good. There's a scramble for it, and it ends up with Toronto. Half of the quarter left. It's shuffled between 2 defenders. How do they get points out of that? That is unreal. Towns draws a double team. He hands it off. Bailey connects on the 3. Great defense by Wilson Towns here. Lonzo takes him all the way down low. And Toronto almost turns it over. Bailey with some good defense. Ball the contested 3. One of our best defensive possessions of the entire season. No doubt about it. Shot clock reaches 5. Thompson, the 3. Got it in Scotty Barnes' mouth. It's back to 11. Oh, here we go. Screen from Wall. And it's stolen by Jonathan Campbell. That's our 13th turnover here in this game. Ramirez from the elbow. Got it. We're back within single digits. Okay. Under 5 on the clock for Toronto. Barnes guarded closely. Great defense by Osar Thompson. Ramirez pulls down the rebound. Can the run continue? Back to Ramirez. Towns with the assist. That's a huge spark right there. And Toronto has to call timeout to stop the run. Do we finally have some life here on offense in this game? That one's rejected by Campbell. A huge block, and we turn the ball over in transition. Murray Bailey, why? It's right back with Toronto. We got Clint Hardy back in the game. Barnes goes right after him, but left it short. Hardy in the corner, nails the triple. The assist to Jose Ramirez. That will cut the Raptors' lead in half. It was 72-54, I believe. We have scored 15 unanswered points as the Raptors turn the ball over on the alley-oop. To make it a one-point game, Ramirez lays it in. He's been a spark off the bench. Now we've scored 6 points off their turnovers. We've got a game on our hands. Ball steps into a three. That one is good. What a shot, man. Out of the corner, Wilson Towns leaves it for Ramirez. A wide open look. He can't miss right now. Get this guy the rock. The Raptors call timeout again. 74-75. And Sharp off the bench and extends their lead. Towns gets it to Ramirez. This three is offline. That was much better defense by the Raptors. They've outboarded us by 9. That has had to have a big impact in this game so far. Little pick and pop. Rush has a wide open three. Luckily, it's offline. Campbell, what in God's name was that pass, man? What a horrible turnover. We get it back off the Murray Bailey block. Up ahead, bucket and foul. He's got a chance to tie it. Bailey's defense is, for the most part, very good, especially in the paints. But he's got to work on the rebounding, but that's a big play right there. We're all tied at 77. Barnes wants to attack the second-round rookie, but he can't finish a few feet away. We have a chance to put ourselves in front for the first time in the quarter. Bailey missed it, just like Barnes did. Last shot attempt here in the quarter. Barnes for three, offline. Wilson Towns does not get a half-court shot off, and we are tied with 12 to play. This is your chance to come out on top in a fourth quarter. I'm begging you guys. The Raptors will have the ball to open the final quarter of regulation once again here in PPG Paints Arena. These home games are taking a toll on me and this fan base, I believe, as well. Sharp turns it over. Bailey cuts off the pass. Another huge stop by him, but Thompson coughs it up. Oh, man. Grady Dick back in the game for the Raptors. He hands it off to Sankovic. Time counting down. Rush has some room, and the Raptors lead. Thompson feeds it down low. Campbell with no shot contest from Sankovic. That was interesting. I'll take it. Sharp off the dribble going right at Melvin Harrison, but he left the layup short. It looks like Lonzo got hurt in this game earlier. He has a bruised rib. Thomas should have taken that shot. He got Hardy caught up in the air for the lead. No good from Harrison. Uh-oh. Sharp has space. Luckily, both teams have kind of gone cold to open the quarter. Only one shot has dropped for either team. Thompson gets it again. Inside and rejected out of bounds by Sankovic. He'll stay with the Force. 7 seconds on the clock. We bring Wilson Towns, Ramirez, and Homer Castro back in, as well as Clint Hardy. Towns knocks it down. We lead. Grady Dick gets inside, lost his dribble, and they're going to get the foul on Hardy. Would have loved to stop right there, because Dick's probably not going to miss both free throws. Nice pass to Ramirez, who jams it in. I think he scored all 12 of his points here in the second half. He's got a plus 18 plus minus. Keep this guy out there. Screen comes up. Lonzo back to Sankovic. We're so lucky he missed that. We've also missed our fair share of open shots, so you got to take those where we can get them. Towns draws a crowd. That ball was just tipped in. I think off of Lonzo. Who is that going to go towards? Who is that going to count for? It's going to be a bucket for... They don't even say who. They can't even say who scored that because I think that was off of Lonzo. I'll take the points. We've got a cushion. But it's not a big one. Rush the step back. Ramirez leaves it for Towns. Another double team comes. It's floated. Ramirez, the three. No good this time. It's poked out. Hardy fighting for the ball with Grady Dick, but Dick tracks it down. Oh man, another near turnover. Instead, they're going to get free throws. That just hurts the soul. Dick has not even played well in this game, but he's making enough plays to put Toronto back on top. The backdoor cut. Ramirez gets the feed in with the one-handed stuff. He puts Pittsburgh in front again. They cannot guard this guy off the ball right now. Screen comes up. It's bounced back to Rush. Ball in the corner. Misses the open trifecta. Can we extend our lead? Hardy's got some room and he drills it in the corner. That's got to be our biggest lead here in the second half at 4. Dick lost his dribble. It's kicked back out. Aiden Hardy with the ball. Guarded by Jose Ramirez. Thomas the screen. Hardy the three. No good. We've got to extend this lead as best we can. There's a mismatch. Hardy guarding Castro. He finally takes advantage. I'm so proud. There's still a lot of basketball left, though. Grady Dick hits the shot from the elbow. Backdoor again. Ramirez can't be stopped on the back door. This time it's an alley-oop his way. Thomas, though, is going to draw a foul on the other end. And we're not getting stops here down the stretch, which means that we're going to have to rely on the offense to keep us in the lead here. Which, you know, we've tried that before. It hasn't really worked out. Towns cuts. Thomas feeds it to him, and he misses at the rim. Lonzo is right there. Dick off the screen, hands it off. Wall matched up against Keon Malone, a great low post defender. We just fouled him again. I mean, we are handing them points. Peter Wall's 1 for 6. You don't got to foul the guy. He was going to miss that. Instead, free throws have cut our lead all the way down to 3. Double team comes for Towns. He finds Castro. He's blocked by Wall. Under 4 to play. Ball penetrates over Towns. Really great defense by our young point guard. And we give it right back. I'm gonna be sick. Wall. Really tough shot. Malone the stop. Up to Castro. Don't force anything stupid here. Towns the three. No good. Grady Dick gets downhill, rises, and hits the shot. He's injured, and he's owning us here in the fourth quarter. It is a 1-point game again. I do not want to watch this team blow another fourth quarter opportunity here. I want win number 13. Castro with the miss. Grady Dick behind the arc puts Toronto in front. 11 in the fourth quarter, half his points. Castro gets downhill. You don't gotta shoot this. And he missed it. But they're gonna give it back to us. John Collins with the charging foul drawn by the 3rd overall pick. At least he made one good play. We haven't scored in several minutes. That's an open look. That's the best look you're gonna get. We're back on top. It's a home game. Can these fans get on their feet? It's 97-96. We need a defensive stop. The screen from Wall. Grady Dick steps back, but does not pull the trigger. Barnes has to force it. If we score here, we give ourselves a real chance to hold on. Thomas has it, guarded closely by Grady Dick. Off the screen. He's picked up by John Collins. Readjusting Jimmy Thomas. A huge and one play with 80 seconds to go. The free throw makes it a 4-point Pittsburgh lead. We can't blow this one, right? The screen. And the shots, no good from Grady Dick. Malone the rebound. Thomas finds some space, pulls up again. That one's no good. There's still time for Toronto. The door is not closed yet. They keep going right to this screen, but it's a bad one this time for Wall. Dick kicks it back out. Great defense. Ball misses the 3 and Malone boxes out for the rebound. And we've got free throws to potentially put this game to rest. First one, perfect. From our non-injured power forward. But he misses the second one. Is there life for Toronto? They gotta go fast if they want a chance to win this game. Under 10 on the shot clock. Collins jacks one up. It's offline. We allow the offensive rebound. But the Raptors are going to be out of time. We actually did it. We just beat a really good team at not overtime, in crunch time. We finally got a fourth quarter win. We're back in the win column. Will this get us back on track? We'll have to find out next episode. We played some pretty good defense, I would say, in that second half, only allowing at most 20 points in a quarter. 22-10 for Wilson Towns here in this game. But how about Jose Ramirez off of the bench, giving us that offensive spark that this team desperately needed, especially in a game where for some reason Azar Thompson only took 5 total shots. That should never happen again, but we got the win, and Jimmy Thomas had the game-winning buckets. Thank you for stepping up for once in a fourth quarter. I'll take the win. So that was the month of December. We now sit here on the 2nd of January, 10.5 games back from the Neptunes. The dynasty that we're trying to end. I think we're still a couple years away from being competitive enough to really make a run at these Eastern Conference Finals. And right now, the Neptunes are looking like the team they've been for 5 straight seasons. According to mock drafts right now, we will have the 7th best odds at the 1st overall pick. The Mavericks, who I believe we lost to earlier in the episode, they are the worst team as of right now in the league. So that loss hurts even more. But now we'll focus on the top couple of prospects in this draft. We'll sort by projection, and we'll go from there. At the very top, you have Randy Parks, a 6'11 power forward with 4 badges. And he's a team player, which is cool. And for him, It looks to be a pretty good offensive player out of the gates, at least on the inside and mid-range. Now, three-point is actually not at a bad area at all. The defense, though, for him is going to be lacking early on, but he's a fantastic athlete. He's got B+ potential, and he's got a Tim Duncan comparison with no significant weaknesses. Hard to pass up on a guy like that. He also went to Wake Forest, so, I mean, everything's lining up there for him. Then you got Manuel Diaz at an 80 overall, 7'1" center out of Mexico. Not sure that you want to go center on back-to-back first-round picks, but he's got an all-star ceiling. He's got the potential, but that did not really pan out a whole lot for Castro so far from what we've seen. He's got B potential on paper, also a good athlete, good rebounder. Low post defense is going to be in a good starting area with B- inside scoring. And he's got 4 badges too. After him, you've got Isaac Hickman, a 6'9" power forward out of USF. He's got some good athleticism, plus the highest potential on paper of these 3 players. His ceiling is Dan Assell / All-NBA. And another guy that has really no significant weaknesses, but he's a great dunker. He's a good finisher overall. Gobs of potential, good at holding his spots on defense, which is good. The top guard as of the mock drafts is Clay Miles, 6'6". Jerry Sloan comparison / Gary Payton is not good playing above the rim. That hurts him on offense, but he does get to the rim with ease and is one of the more agile players in the draft with above average athleticism. He's got 7 badges. Usually guys that have like more than 5 out of the draft end up panning out. That's what I've seen, especially if they have decent potential, but he's only got C+ on paper. That will scare me and some other teams off most likely. You got Dustin Person here, who can play center or power forward at 6'11". He can stretch the floor, knocking down some threes for you and scoring down low. He's got decent post defense, A potential. He has the Dave Cohen's All-NBA comparison. He can steal, he can block shots, he can help out teammates on defense. No significant weaknesses for him. And he's got only 1 badge, while Nathan Underwood, who is also a 6'11" center / power forward, has 4 of those badges. And he's got B- potential, B+ post defense and rebounding. Can't really score from behind the arc, but can apparently hit some mid-range shots and score inside early on, with All-NBA ceiling, a Miles Turner floor. It seems like the top of this draft is going to be big man heavy, aside from Kelvin Hawkins, who is a 77 overall small forward. He can make tough plays on defense. He's a great on-ball defender and can dribble himself open against plus defenders, which is a pretty good strength to have, but only has 1 badge. It's Pro Touch. And that's pretty much him. But everybody else towards the top of this draft is a power forward or a center. I'm not sure center is a spot for us to target here in this draft, with 2 young guys already on this team when we could fill some other spots. But center is still a spot that we haven't really figured out so far in this season. So who really knows? But there are the top couple of picks, or likely picks, in this upcoming draft. This was a pretty tough month for us in terms of our win-loss percentage, but we are about a month away, a month and a half away from reaching the All-Star break. We're probably not going to have any All-Stars, but we got to focus on turning this team around. I at least want to, see some hope for us by year's end. And that win against Toronto will at least keep me going until next episode. But we got to play better in these games. We have had so many second half performances that have just gone down the drain. And if we can figure out a way to just get a couple of guys shooting better, especially off the bench, I think we'll have a chance to at least get to 500 by year's end. But it's going to be a long road to get there. This year is nowhere close to over, but gonna go probably like a month and a half by month and a half as we approach the end of the season. But at 13-22, we still have a long way to go. Gonna end the episode right here, folks. Thank you for watching. Please like the video, subscribe, and leave your feedback down below. I will see you guys in the next one as we try and push through the middle part of this season. Peace out. Have a great day.